What's up guys, welcome back to the second channel. Today we're getting back on the Honda Civic, the dream build. I'm gonna kind of call it because it's kind of something I'm building it how I would have built it had I could afford it when I was younger. That's kind of what I'm doing. And today we're gonna get on some brakes. Let's go. Alright guys, so our setup is going to be some Goodrich braided brake lines, and we do got a Wilwood setup, the 4-piston caliper and the slotted rotors. All the kit comes with it. We're going to be putting that on, and that's in the way. We're going to be going ahead and knocking this side out. The other side we have to do the wheel bearing on, so we're going to get one side done so that we can at least see some progress. Let's go. Alright, first things we're going to do is go ahead and get the brake line attached. Let that chill, then we'll do the rotor, and I do need to remember to tighten that up, but I think we'll get to that later. What I want to do, this bracket is pretty beat up, and this is what holds the brake line, and the nut has already broke itself loose off the back. I think I'm gonna go get some stainless steel hardware and then re-weld a nut back on there, and it looks like I need to straighten this up too. It's pretty beat up and it's kind of curved, so I don't know that the bolt's gonna even be able to go in there. I think I'm also gonna get some stainless steel hardware that mounts this to the bracket. That way it just looks nice and neat, and these have already been painted on. But either way, I need to kind of rearrange this bracket into position, and then I'll re-weld a nut back on, and then we'll put some paint on it, make it look nice. I don't want to do all this work here and then just have this ugly bracket sitting, and then that way, you know, the line can fit nice and neat. Alright, let's get the caliper mounted. Let's go ahead and get this caliper mounted, and then that way we know kind of what we're working with. Both calipers have the exact same part number, so they're gonna go on the, doesn't really matter what side they go on. And then yeah, so comes with new nuts for the kit, so we'll just kind of slide it on here. It's like a dream of mine to always have something like this. And I know I could just upgrade to some like CRV calipers or something, and have basically the same, you know, having this brand sticking out behind your wheels, kind of cool. So that's what we're doing. I'm gonna guess that it did not come with any other, only the washers that it comes with, so it must be pretty lined up. Tighten it down for now, torque it later. Oh, that looks so good. Cool, everything clears. Brakes pads go through the back and then get repinned. Never used these before. I guess there's an Allen key here that locks all of that in. Brake goes there. It's got 2 bleeders, so I'm guessing always bleed from the bottom. Oh well, cool. Directions do say to install some red Loctite and then torque it down to 60 foot-pounds, so I think we'll go ahead and do that now. We're okay. Everything is, nothing's touching, so let's do the top first.
All right, they're on. Everything's pretty smooth. It does catch a little bit, and I think that'll just, you know, fix itself because it stops like kind of right there, and then and it's not super hard, but once it gets past that, it's like easy. So I have a feeling that once that's compressed, it just needs to beat itself in. I got my cool little washers here and my stainless. I'm waiting for the bracket to dry. I went ahead and painted it and added the nut behind it, welded that on so that this can go on there correctly, put that on the bracket, and then this will go to the caliper, and she's pretty much good to go. That was relatively easy. I've never had brakes like this before, so I don't know if I need to use, you know, quiet stop squeak behind them or they're going to be super loud. I have no clue, but this looks so good. Like everything just looks so nice and clean and new, and yeah, I'm super excited. So just waiting for paint to dry, and then we'll get that on and we can button this side up. All right, bracket's done, painted, welded on. We're gonna just toss it on here, and this side will pretty much be finished. The last one I had was rubbing the brakes, so we want to make sure, or was rubbing the wheel, so we want to definitely make sure that that doesn't happen again. So I'll put this on here. That should do it. That'll keep everything off of each other. I like that. There we go. And then we'll put the banjo back here, and that should give me everything I need. Yeah, I like that. That'll stop all that movement. The kit did come with a banjo, but so did the caliper. So I'm trying to figure out which one I should use. I'm gonna guess the one that came with the caliper is probably the way to go. These do not have holders though. Like there's nothing here on the caliper that holds this in place. So we're just gonna put it on and hope for the best, I assume. All right, comes with 2 crush washers. So we'll put one on one side and then one on the other. I'm gonna see if this matters. Let's check the other one. It's the one that came with the kit. So I just want to see how it looks because it is a smaller bolt as far as shape goes. So I just want to see how that looks. Okay, basically looks the same. Looks the same other than this one being just a little bit longer. So I'm not going to sweat that. I'm going to go with what the caliper wants. There we go. And I'll just get that torqued down, and I'm liking that. Seems like I feel like everything's out of the way. I've got the stopper here so it can't keep pushing back and forth. Once I get the wheel on, I'll check even for better clearance, but I think having that up and down, that's ideal for that. Alright guys, so that's it for this one. Like I said, I'm going to keep trying to pump these out. So every little thing I do, I'll post a video on it, and we'll just keep progressing as we go. So brakes are done. Not going to do the other side yet because like I said, I do need to do the wheel bearing. I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. There's plenty of videos on taking out a wheel bearing. Not fun to watch. Watched like 8 of them. So I'm going to do that. We will be, I got a new plate for the transmission flywheel dust cover. We didn't have one, so I grabbed one. Just painting the bolts on there too. I am going to be putting those tail lights on and getting rid of the clear tail lights. My daughter wants them so she can have them, but I am going to we're going to go ahead and give these a birthday. So if you guys want to see that, let me know below. And also, I am new to these type of brakes, so if there's anything you guys seen me do wrong, let me know. Again, I don't know if I should be putting stop squeak behind them like you would on a normal brake, just to get rid of some of the vibration. I don't have a clue. Like I said, I don't really know. I didn't do a whole lot of research. This kit was for the car, so I figured I should be good to go. But I'd rather, if you guys know or anybody has done it, let me know. Comments below. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you real soon. Later.